He really started off as the fat kid that everyone picked on. And he was a jerk, and he was spoiled by his mother from the first episode. But he got darker and darker and darker and smarter.
He's a super evil genius.
He's pretty evil.
Well, kid, you made an entire town panic, you lost all your friends, and now you're going to juvenile hall for a week. Was it worth it?
Totally.
There is no secret that Eric Cartman is not exactly the best person. You won't have any problem finding literally hundreds of videos analyzing the complex, manipulative, almost evil Eric Cartman. For more than 20 years, he has been terrorizing minorities and pretty much everyone around him. But why do people still like him, or at least tolerate him? When you look back over the 27 seasons, the question remains, has Cartman ever truly done something nice without a selfish reason? Or is he simply just a fat anti-Semitic bastard? So in order to answer this question, I have found every single time Cartman has done something remotely nice. The first glimpse of Cartman actually having a heart is in the episode Cat Orgy from season 3. The premise of the episode is that Shelly is left to babysit Cartman, and from the very start, it turns into a power struggle.
Hey, is Shelly around?
Who the hell are you?
I'm the guy who's gonna put a boot up your ass if you don't tell me where Shelly is.
When Shelly invites her boyfriend over, Cartman immediately sees the chance and spends the whole evening trying to snitch on her to his mom. The constant back and forth almost feels like Will E. Coyote and the Roadrunner cartoon, with Cartman desperately plotting and Shelly effortlessly shutting him down. The episode then takes a darker turn when Shelly's boyfriend suddenly decides to break up with her. The reason? Well, she won't put out. Which is insane, considering that Shelly is only 12 and he is 22.
You're not ugly.
You don't think so?
Well, you're pretty ugly, but you don't have to be dating 22-year-olds. I mean, what kind of scumbag asshole dates 12-year-old girls?
Shelly, who has been in control the entire time, suddenly stops caring. Her heartbreak leaves her vulnerable, and in that moment, Cartman technically wins.
Oh yeah, a wiki wiki wild west. Shelly, guess who's busted?
And at first, he mocks her, rubbing in his victory. But when he realizes she truly doesn't care anymore, something shifts. For once, Cartman seems to actually feel bad for her. He then decides to help Shelly get revenge, turning to the real mastermind, Artemis Clyde Frog, who helps them cook up a plan. Together, they lure her ex out of the house with a recording of Salma Hayek, who is somehow in South Park, naked and lost in the woods.
I'm over here! Please help me! I will reward you greatly!
I'm right here, Miss Hayek.
And once he's distracted, they go and smash the thing he loves the most. His guitar.
No!
It's over the top, petty and ridiculous. Exactly the kind of scheme that only Cartman, with a little help of Clyde Frog, could pull off. The big question here is whether Cartman helped Shelly out of real sympathy, or if he simply took advantage of a situation as an excuse to do something messed up, which we know he loves. Either way, it stands out as one of those rare times where Cartman isn't just a villain, but also, strangely, an ally. And if you ask me, I think Cartman truly wanted to help Shelly, out of the right reasons. And so what if he got to destroy Skylar's precious guitar? That's a bonus Cartman deserved.
Hey Fax, what's going on?
In the opening scene, Cartman and the boys are all excited to eat KFC. Cartman manages to eat all of the crispy skin while the others are helping to get the rest of the groceries. As the boys realize that the KFC is altogether ruined by Cartman, he simply leaves, leaving them with a bucket of skinless I mean, useless chicken. The next morning at the bus stop, the boys discuss what to do about Cartman. Kyle points out that Cartman thrives on retaliation, while Stan suggests that they should ignore him completely. When Cartman shows up, he immediately tries to antagonize them by bragging about the chicken skin and even talking about how it made him poop.
Dude, I was on the toilet all night from that chicken. I thought I was gonna die.
But when the boys ignore him and keep talking amongst themselves, he ups the ante and starts ranting about Jews. Still no reaction. Being the narcissist he is, Cartman jumps to the only conclusion that makes sense to him.
It's almost as if I were dead. No, I can't be dead. I can't be dead!
Back at home, his suspicions are confirmed when he overhears two repairmen talking about a toilet that couldn't handle all the chicken skin. Then he hears his mom moaning in the bedroom, which he naturally interprets as her crying over his death. Meanwhile, once the rest of the class realize that Stan, Kyle and Kenny are ignoring Cartman, they quickly decide to join in.
Hey, I hate Cartman too. Can I ignore him with you? Yeah, me too. Yeah, screw him. Ugh. I never realized ignoring him was an option.
Cartman, lost and confused, wanders through the town, crying aimlessly, in despair. Quite funnily, no bystanders acknowledge him either. For Cartman, this is only further proof that he must be dead. It isn't until he passes Butters' house that someone finally responds. And of course, it's Butters. Cartman immediately tells him that he's dead. And with Butters being Butters, he believes him.
But if you're dead, how come I can see you?
I don't know, but you're the only one who can.
At first, he's terrified, thinking he can see dead people. But soon, Cartman convinces him that there must be a special reason why Butters can see him. And from that moment, Butters is trapped, helping Eric. His first plan is to have Butters apologize to the people on his behalf, while Cartman hilariously stands in the background, crying and feeding him lines.
He's asking for your forgiveness and wants you to just remember the good times.
The good times.
When that fails, he decides he must repent and make things right. This leads to a musical number where the two of them go around the town, doing good deeds. But even then, Cartman doesn't make it to heaven, shockingly.
Goodbye, Butters. Thank you for all your help. Be good and be safe. Goodbye! God damn it, what? I made everything right!
And doesn't get his $10,000 in cash. The only explanation, at least in Cartman's mind, why he's still here is that he's meant for some kind of divine intervention. So when they see a hostage situation on the news, he decides this must be the reason. Believing he's invisible, Cartman marches straight inside and starts causing havoc, convinced that the robbers thinks he's a ghost.
What the hell is going on? I have no idea.
Yes, it's working.
This is really weird.
The chaos completely confuses them, giving Butters the chance to guide the hostages to safety. Afterwards, the boys see the news report and decide to forgive Cartman for everything. Cartman then, in a rare moment of sincerity, actually thanks Butters for his effort.
My spirit is at rest now. I can finally go to everlasting peace, eternal rest, and $10,000 cash. Butters, I think that through this whole thing, we've really become friends.
I guess that Cartman actually learned something through this experience. Like that his bad actions actually has consequences for others, giving him a new empathic
You
side.
son of a bitch, Butters.
Huh?
You told me I was a ghost!
But I thought you were one.
How stupid are you? So help me God, Butters, I'm gonna get you back for this. I'm going to get you back!
Never mind.
Bush is a nazi.
I'm a Little Bit Country came out in 2003, right in the middle of the Iraq War. At the time, the US was deeply divided. On one side, people waving the flag in support of the war, and on the other, loud protests against it. South Park exaggerates this split to the extreme, with the entire town dividing into two camps: country versus rock and roll, and taking it deadly serious.
Well, excuse me if I'm a little bit country. Well, I'm a little bit rock and roller.
The adults treat the debate like life or death, even though the whole thing comes off as completely ridiculous.
What we really should be doing is just beating the hell out of each other like we were. He's right. Boy, do I feel like a fool.
Meanwhile, the boys get caught in the middle when they're assigned to write an essay on what the founding fathers would have to say about the protests. Stan and Kyle want to actually study and figure it out, but Cartman refuses to join them. Instead, he comes up with these ridiculous schemes to trigger a flashback so he can see the answer. The others get more and more annoyed with him, but in typical Cartman fashion, he won't let it go. And surprisingly, it works. By electrocuting himself, Cartman flashbacks back to 1776 and sees the debate among the founding fathers firsthand. When he comes back, he delivers the key insight.
Stop, please!
The child from the hospital.
If you all don't mind, I would like to do my report now.
America's strength has always come from doing both, going to war while at the same time protesting it.
It's like having your cake and eating it too.
What makes it so funny is that Cartman spends the whole episode being selfish, lazy, refusing to study, and only looking for shortcuts. But in the end, Cartman is the one who actually unites the town, using completely ethical methods and truly becoming the peaceful hero the town deserved.
Cartman? Cartman saved the day? Can't be. You gotta give yourself over to Christ, brah. Jesus is Lord.
Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy is remembered mostly for the shocking main plot with Ike and his teacher. But Cartman's side story as the school's hallway monitor is just as good, or maybe even better. From the moment he gets the badge, he transforms himself into the bounty hunter, the big bad dog, with sunglasses, a crew, the power of Christ, and a badass mullet. The little bit of power immediately goes to his head, and he starts barking orders, abusing his authority, and turning the hallways into his own police estate. In this episode, something very rare happens. When Kyle realizes Ike is having an intimate relationship with Miss Stevenson, he quickly turns to the police. And for a moment, it looks like the detectives might actually do their job.
She's taking advantage of him.
You're right, we're sorry. This is serious. We need to track this student down and give him his Luckiest Boy in America medal right away.
The next day at school, Kyle complains about his little brother being abused by his kindergarten teacher. And at first, Cartman doesn't care. But the second Kyle mentions that Ike was kissing in the hallway, everything changes.
Making out in the hallways is strictly against school policy.
Well, they're doing it.
Yeah, well, now it's personal. The hallways are my jurisdiction. If there's a hallway infraction going on, they're gonna have to deal with the dog.
Suddenly, it's a hallway infraction, and that makes it Cartman's responsibility. On the surface, it might look like Cartman is actually doing a good deed, but the only reason he does it is because Ike's disappearance breaks his precious hallway rules, and in Cartman's mind, enforcing those rules is actually more important than hating Kyle. And that's what makes this episode so funny. Cartman's obsession with authority forces him into being helpful, even though his motives are anything but kind.
Thanks to your gay little song, there's not gonna be a San Francisco.
The premise of the episode Smug Alert is that Mr. Broflovski buys a hybrid car, and this changes him.
I just couldn't sit back and be a part of destroying the Earth anymore.
Well, good for you.
Oh, thanks!
Overnight, he becomes unbearably smug, and soon the Broflovskis, no longer fit in with the rest of South Park. So they pack up and move to San Francisco. And the only one happy about this is Cartman, who even throws a going away party for Kyle, but doesn't bother to invite him.
Come on, everyone, let's sing! Na 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 na, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye, Kyle!
With Kyle gone, Cartman is in pure ecstasy. He even appoints Butters as his own replacement Jew. But while Cartman celebrates, Stan is devastated. He warns Cartman that he won't actually enjoy life without Kyle.
Take that, Jew boy! I guess you heaps can't even play video football!
It doesn't take long before Cartman realizes that Stan might be right.
You know, Butters, you make for a lousy Jew.
Meanwhile, Stan tries everything he can to bring Kyle back, writing a cheesy, gay song that encourages everyone to drive hybrids. The plan backfires spectacularly.
You must be the little boy who wrote that song.
Yeah.
Ow! You son of a bitch! Do you have any idea what you've done?
With South Park full of hybrids, the smug levels skyrocket. And when South Park's new smug cloud collides with San Francisco's smug cloud and George Clooney's Oscar acceptance speech cloud, well...
You get enough smug in the atmosphere and you know what that leads to? Global laming. Thanks to your gay little song, South Park is now the second smuggiest city in America!
It creates the perfect storm of self-satisfaction. You'd think Stan would be the one to save Kyle, but he is stuck in South Park cleaning up the mess of his own stupid gay little song. So in the chaos, Cartman and Butters sets off to rescue Kyle and his family. Cartman comes fully prepared, wearing a scuba diving suit, because, well, of course nobody should ever step into San Francisco without one. And somehow, he manages to bring Kyle's family back to South Park before they would have been swallowed up San Francisco's own asshole. Cartman doesn't take any credit for this, because for him, it's enough just to have his nemesis back. And to be honest, this might be Cartman's most heroic and selfless good deed. However, was it truly selfless? Or was it only because he could not bear to live in a world without Kyle?
We just can't get rid of you, can we, you sneaky Jew rat?
Don't belittle my people, you fucking fat ass!
That's better. Dude, that cat urine really fucked you up.
Major Boobage is one of those few true Kenny episodes. And almost every Kenny episode is a banger. In this one, cheesing, which is getting high of cat urine, suddenly becomes the craze in South Park. And the main plot follows Kenny and Mr. Broflovski spiraling into addiction. And every time Kenny cheeses, we're transported into his epic heavy metal fantasy world, which is totally epic and full of boobs. But the real standout here is Cartman's side plot, which might be the clearest example of him doing something genuinely good in the entire series. After cats and cheesing are banned...
Oh, where? Get over it, druggie. Jeez.
Cartman ironically steps into the role of the protector. It starts with just Mr. Cat, but when he's guilt-tripped by his own cat, he starts hiding all the cats of South Park in his attic.
All right, come on, Rufus, quietly. Well, I suppose I'll get in just as much trouble for 4 cats as for 2.
With the obvious parallel being people who hid Jews in the World War II. What makes it so striking is that Cartman actually commits to it. We see him sneaking cats to safety for his neighbors, earning a reputation as the cat savior. And for once, he doesn't seem to be doing it for any personal gain, which is practically unheard of for Cartman. The only crack in that selflessness comes at the very end. Kyle points out the irony of Cartman protecting his cats in a storyline that so clearly parallels hiding Jews.
But you know, we've all learned something, you guys. We can never persecute living beings and force them into hiding. It's wrong.
And Cartman just doesn't get it.
And you don't see any parallel between that and anything else in history.
Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about, Cap.
Suspicious. It almost feels like the only reason he went through with it was to get that one up on Kyle. And that's what makes it so perfectly Cartman. Even in his absolute kindest moment, it still might have just been another way to mess with Kyle.
That's not being nice. That's just putting on a nice sweater.
I don't understand the difference.
There you have it, all the good moments of Cartman that I managed to find. And yes, they are few and far in between. So when we look at the initial question, has Cartman ever truly done something nice without the selfish motive? I can't say that there is an obvious answer. So let's recap. In the episode Cat Orgy,
Did someone say cat orgy?
Cartman undoubtedly helps Shelly get revenge on her ex-boyfriend. There is, however, two problems with this being a selfless good deed. 1. Cartman uses means that don't justify the end. And 2. Cartman could have been doing it all just to mess with Skylar, cause Skylar was kind of a dick to Cartman too.
Not good enough.
In the episode Cartman's Death, he does say sorry to the people he has wronged. And he gives nice gift baskets. And he even saves hostages. These are all great actions, but he shows his true colors at the end. When he learns that he is in fact not dead, he would take back all these actions in a heartbeat, meaning he only did it for personal gain. I mean, to get into heaven and get his $10,000 in cash.
I detect selfishness.
In the episode A Little Bit Country, Cartman reunites the town. He even delivers the infamous moral speech at the end. But this was never Cartman's intention, and he quite literally kills the messenger boy just in order to be part of the meeting with the founding fathers.
Nay. Nay.
In the episode Hallway Monitor, Cartman keeps the hallways clean, and he saves Ike from his crazy teacher. However, we know for a fact that all this was just cause he loves authority, and the teacher was disrespecting the hallway rules, meaning Cartman did it for his own selfish reason.
Now was abusing power.
In the episode Smug Alert, Cartman
Stop.
saves Kyle and his family.
Selfish.
In the episode Major Boobage, Cartman is the only one in town seeming to care about the cats. He takes in more cats than he can handle, knowing that if he gets caught, he will be in trouble. One might wonder if it was all just to annoy Kyle, with Cartman not seeing the irony. I mean, Cartman was hiding cats, just like people were hiding Jews in the Second World War.
Beast. No irony. I don't see the connection. Kanye for president.